race of the season. We take another look at it. It was a rainy day in Pomona. The sun is shining here today, though, and we got them both on the set again, and the rivalry is on. I want to tell you that right now.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Larry Dixon for Alanabi and Tony Schumacher for the United States Army. You guys are certainly veterans of this deal, but Tony, let's start with you. Do you still get nervous? Do you still get butterflies?
Well, no question about it. I think it's what makes you good. You know, if you didn't get butterflies, you just didn't care. This is too big to not prepare for it, not be ready for it, and not expect great things. We both have amazing teams. We both have quality drivers in the car, we like to think, and we've both been through this moment time and time again. So it's going to come down to something great. The fans are going to get their money's worth, and I'm sure
I'm sure they're definitely going to get their money's worth. But Larry, you know, you've been involved in this all your life, like Tony, second-generation driver since 1995. You've been a driver. Has anything changed in your approach to a day like today?
Yeah, it's I think just experience from that standpoint. You don't worry about things you don't have any control over. You know, the only thing I can do is get in that car and drive my rear end off, and we're gonna leave it all on the racetrack today. Normally I'm racing for second place at this point of the season. Well, this year I'm racing for first place, so I'm really excited about that.
You know, we asked Hector Rana, and you guys are veterans, but did you sleep well?
I slept fine. I mean, I have to get sleep. This is huge, you know. But I also got up nice and early and, you know, did my athletics and did my push-ups and did my sit-ups and ate my breakfast and did all the things you do to prepare.
The reason I slept great last night is because the night before, all my kids and everything came in town. They got me up at 4 in the morning the day before. So let me tell you, I slept great last night.
Well, let's take a look at the top fuel tail of the tape, since this is a heavyweight battle. And you can see this has been a very good season, a very even season with the exception of #1 qualifiers. Those numbers are amazing.
That's why we're all within 2 points. You look 45 round wins apiece, 5 race wins apiece, and that tells you why there is a rivalry, whether you guys want to admit it or not. 2 great teams, 2 great drivers.
You know, in the interest of fair reporting, though, there is a 3rd member of this top fuel points race, even a 4th if you include Antron Brown. But there's a man, Cory McClenathan, that would like to have something to say about the outcome of today, and he's standing by with Gary Gerald.
Cory was telling us yesterday, of course, he feels like he's been flying under the radar just a bit. Well, that may be the case, but now time is running out, as we all know. 61 points, a lot of ground to make up against 2 formidable opponents. So how do you assess the situation going into eliminations?
Well, you know what, I would never count us out. I'm sure Mike Dunn we're kind of just moved up that do or done line, probably 1 line above by now. So it's all about, you know, my teammate Tony Schumacher and Larry Dixon. And, you know, if everything lines up, we're going to race Larry Dixon the 2nd round, as long as we all progress through the 1st round the way it's supposed to be. And if that's the case, we're going to try to take out Larry and, you know, give my teammate the opportunity to go ahead and win the championship. The best thing I can do for them and for all my guys right now is get us to the final round. I have an all DSR final round and finish 1 and 2 for the season.
And of course, the first obstacle in Cory's path will be Bob Vandergriff in round #1. It's going to be interesting no matter how this plays out.
And of course, we got to keep in mind Cory Mac's already been a giant killer in this countdown, beating Tony Schumacher in this race in Las Vegas. You got any words of advice for him? Should they meet up in round #2 about your teammate?
Yeah, leave after him.
That's coming from you? Is that what you do?
I did that time.
That's what you did.
I did that time.
Larry, did you happen to notice what he was wearing when he got to our race day set this morning?
Oh yeah. He tried to bust out the chain. He's got all the. He's trying to decide on which ring should I wear today. You know, like. That's all right. Too. Yeah, we'll try and catch him today.
We dived back in the pits a little bit ago, Larry. We saw your team working. We're going to go back and show you the Army team preparing the race car right now. This is a brand new team for you. Honestly, how surprised are you that you're in this position?
Well, you know, quite surprised, mostly because of what I had the last 4 years. It was simply incredible. The guys were amazing with Alan Johnson leading the ship, and you know, to have to bring a new crew on at the beginning of the year, these guys hadn't worked together. I mean, Mike Green and Neil had worked together, maybe a few of the other guys along the way, but as a full team, you know, it had never been done. We come here, I actually went to Florida and tested, and I was quite proud of them right then. We went out and ran, and we were running side by side. Most people would have said, well, you still got all of Alan Johnson's parts and pieces. But through the year, we've made incredible changes. Very different race car than we started with, and here we are still.
And you know what? Larry Dixon has that guy's car. That's what makes this story even more compelling. Guys, stick around. We got more NHRA Race Day coming up.